Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
Welcome to the Problem Solving and Decision Making course. We will be looking at this course from a generic management perspective rather than an industry-specific approach. I hope that you will find it beneficial. Albert Einstein said, "If I had an hour to solve a problem, I'd spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution." As we go through this course, it will become clear to you why this quote is so relevant, especially in today's world. My name is Charmaine. I've been working in the training field since 2012. I've mainly been involved in work readiness programs, and this entails training graduates to develop soft skills, or we like to call them life skills, as well as practical skills, which were mostly banking related. So these training programs assisted graduates to function effectively in the workplace. The Problem Solving and Decision Making course is made up of 5 study units, as you can see on the screen. In the first unit, we will introduce you to the course. The other 4 units that will follow later on, they relate to each of the steps in the problem-solving process. I must say that this course has taught me more than just the steps of problem-solving. It has taught me to self-reflect, to analyze my own decision-making skills and thinking patterns, as well as to look at things from different perspectives. It also helped me when researching topics to look for any biases. It also makes me, consider when I'm setting assessments, like my questioning techniques. I try to now create assessments that allow learners to think critically and creatively in whatever course they may be studying. So this is just how this course has been beneficial to me, and I'm sure that as part of your lifelong learning journey, you will also be able to relate aspects of the course to your personal development as well as your professional development. All right, so the steps in the problem-solving process, it includes defining the problem, identifying alternatives, evaluating the alternatives, and implementing the decision. This first session, or the first unit, is the introduction, and basically it's an overview of the course, and we also explain some of the critical critical concepts, or the important concepts that you will come across later on in the course. So in this session, we're going to differentiate between problems and challenges. We're going to look at critical and analytical thinking, the steps for problem solving, the importance of getting stakeholder participation in the problem solving process. And we look at also some excuses that people tend to make which lead to procrastination. And the aim at the end of this is to improve our effectiveness as managers, as employees, when we are making decisions. Okay, so the topics we will cover for this unit are problems and challenges, critical analytical thinking, problem and decision-making systems, the steps in the problem-solving process. We'll talk about stakeholder involvement and self-talk excuses. But before we start, let's just say decisions are a regular part of our life, right? And it's a regular part of business as well. And the quality of the decisions we make have a profound impact on our success as professionals. And when we make decisions, we use two very different thought processing systems. Right? So, but before we get into those thought processing systems, let's do a quick activity. So, as you might have already read what this activity is about. So, if I told you a bat and a ball together cost 110 rands, and then I said the bat is 100 rands more than the ball, so how much does the ball cost? Okay, so most people instinctively, they respond that the ball is 10 rands. But I'm sure you've had a few minutes to reflect on this and to think about it, and I'm sure you figured out that the ball is actually 5 rands, right? So the reason that most people quickly conclude that the ball is 10 rand is because of that first thought processing system, where decisions are made fast and it's made automatically, and it's more of an intuitive approach. So because I said the ball is 100 rands, the mind quickly concludes, because I said the bat is 100 rand, then we could quickly conclude that the ball must be 10 rands. But that is because the question has not been fully analyzed. That fast, instinctive thinking system is something that we all have. We are born with it. It's that thought process that we undergo when we are like faced with danger. We react instinctively, right? That instinctive sort of, it's there to protect us when we don't have enough time to think and we need to react quickly when we are faced with danger. It's also that thought process we use when we make quick automatic decisions that don't really have much impact on anybody else, I suppose. So decisions that we make all the time, like, what we mindlessly choose to eat or to wear, or what route we take to get to work and things like that, right? We don't really have to think long and hard about those things. It just comes instinctively. So these thought processes, they become automatic because of prolonged practice. It's intuitive. People, when they use this approach, they go with their emotions or their gut feeling. So they may have highly creative ways to address a problem, but they cannot explain why they chose this approach, except that they have a good feeling about it. So this type of approach, it may be okay for some personal decisions where you are not accountable to anybody, or where you make these types of similar decisions all the time for similar types of problems, and they've worked for us previously. But when it comes to important business decisions, we need to have a more rational approach. So talking about rational approaches, now this brings us to the concepts of critical and analytical thinking.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.